and when the mouth waters, it produces some type of acid. So if the acid's pH range is less than 5.5, it the tooth gets start decaying. Fine. So if the pH value of the human mouth is less than 5.5, tooth starts decaying. Tooth starts decaying, and so we need to brush our teeth with a good toothpaste. Remember, toothpaste is basic in nature. If it is asked you the exams, you need to write that. Toothpaste is always basic in nature. Fine, students? Let us read over here. If the pH of mouth water is less than 5.5, tooth starts decaying. Tooth starts decaying. Okay, and here I have written that the toothpaste is always basic in nature. Toothpaste is always basic in nature. Fine, students. So these are the importance of pH in everyday life. What were they? That the human body ranges from 7.0 to 7.8. That is quite slight basic but neutral. Okay. The next thing what we learned was pH of rainwater should be less than 5.6. pH of rainwater should be less than pH of rainwater is less than 5.6, then it is also known as acid rain. It is also known as acid rain. It can lead to many type of diseases such as skin disease, danger to aquatic life, etc. Okay. Next thing we learned was for the better growth of plants, soil should be basic in nature. Soil should be basic in nature. Example was nitrogenous fertilizers. Next thing was human body releasing hydrochloric acid for the digestion, but the excess of hydrochloric acid can lead us to the acidity. Acidity resulting into pain, burning sensation and itching in the stomach. So we got a cure for the acidity, and the cure is antacid. Here remember the word antacid stands for anti-acid. Here the word antacid stands for anti-acids. Fine. And the name of one of the medicine is also known as milk of magnesia. Milk of magnesia. The next thing what we learned was the pH of mouth water is less than 5.5, tooth starts decaying. Tooth starts decaying. Okay. And so the toothpaste is always basic in nature. Toothpaste is always basic in nature. So here we have completed the topics of acids and base, and now we will go on to the next topic, that is salts. So my first question is, what is salt? The salt which we are using in the kitchen is also known as common salt, sodium fluoride, NaCl. The common salt is always known as NaCl. Here I have written NaCl is always the common salt. Fine. But what is the chemical definition of salt that we are going to learn today? A chemical compound containing ions or combination of cations and anions is known as salts. So it is known as salts. Fine, students. So here what is cations and anions, or what is ions? Yesterday I explained you about the change in electrons. What was that? As I told you that the electrons having 1, 2 and 3 are the donors, and the electrons having values 5, 6 and 7 are acceptors. I also told you that the positive charge are donors as well as negative charge are acceptors. Okay. So what happens over here? The combination of this positive charge and negative charge is known as salt. Here the word anions and cations stands for positive charge and negative charge. I repeat, the word anions and cations stands for positive charge. So this is what we tell as a chemical compound containing ions or combination of cations and anions is known as salts. There are various solutions of salts what we are using in our day-to-day life. Okay, so here we are going to study today the different types of common salts what we are using in our day-to-day life. And so the first thing is bleaching powder. You might have heard about the word bleaching powder in your home. It is actually used for washing clothes or to remove stains from the clothes. The bleaching powder is used. It is being added together in the washing machine so that the stains and the dirt over the clothes get rid of. So what is the general formula of bleaching powder? And the general formula of bleaching powder is CaOCl2. I repeat, the general formula for bleaching powder is CaOCl2. Okay, but we will see today that how the bleaching powder is produced. Bleaching powder is produced by the action of chlorine on slake lime. Remember students, this slake lime stands for calcium hydroxide. I am repeating this. Here the word slake lime stands for calcium hydroxide. Okay, so when we are reacting this chlorine element with slake lime, that is calcium hydroxide, we get what? That is CaOCl2, also known as bleaching powder. Also known as bleaching powder. Let us see the equation for the bleaching powder. So here we are having the reaction of CaOCH2. Okay, CaOH twice plus chlorine, that is Cl2. So here calcium hydroxide plus chlorine will give you CaOCl2, also known as bleaching powder. Also known as bleaching powder. Fine. I hope you understand this. If you are having doubts or any queries, please ask me or you can inform me. Okay. So what happened here? Actually, these students you should get to know what it is. It is the displacement reaction what we studied in chapter number 1. Here the powerful element will displace or remove the weak element. You can see over here. CaOH twice plus Cl2 gives CaOCl2. Gives CaOCl2. So this is chlorine, and chlorine has removed what? Hydrogen. As hydrogen is having the atomic number, atomic mass, outermost electrons, whatever we say, it is always 1 and said to be the weakest element of the periodic table. Fine. So we get CaOCl2, and it is also known as bleaching powder. Fine, it is important, so I am repeating many times. You please note these things. Fine. Now we are going towards the uses of bleaching powder. The next thing is the uses of bleaching powder. It is used in bleaching cotton in textile industries. Bleaching cotton in textile industries. Let me explain you in brief. You have seen that nowadays what clothes we are buying from outside market is quite soft. So what they are doing is they are first bleaching the soft and making ready to wear. Whereas the clothes what we are tailoring are quite hard and we need to make soft. So what happens over here? This bleaching cotton in textile industries is what making the clothes soft. Fine. The next thing is oxidizing agent. So what is the meaning of oxidizing agent? I told you the reaction between oxidation and reduction. Fine. So what is oxidation? Means to gain the oxygen is known as oxidation, and this is known as oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agent. The third thing is it is also used as a disinfectant in drinking water. You might have heard about RO drinking water, AquaGuard, etc. They are always adding the minerals of bleaching powder to make the water disinfectant. Means they are killing the harmful bacteria from the water, and so it is good for our health. Okay, so I hope you have understood the bleaching powder. The next point what we are going to do is the baking soda. That is baking soda. So what is baking soda? The general formula for baking soda is NaHCO3. also known as sodium hydrogen carbonate. NaHCO3's chemical name is sodium hydrogen carbonate. Sodium hydrogen carbonate. Okay. It is produced by the reaction of salt with ammonia in presence of water and carbon dioxide. Okay. So what happens? It is produced by the reaction of salt with ammonia in the presence of water and carbon dioxide. Let us see the reaction, what is happening over here. Here NaCl is what? Sodium chloride, also known as common salt. Also known as common salt. So this is NaCl in the presence of water, that is H2O, in the presence of carbon dioxide with what? NH3. Remember students, NH3 is the chemical formula for ammonia. NH3 is the chemical formula for ammonia. So when these things get reacted, what happens? We are getting two byproducts, that is also known as NH4Cl and NaHCO3. Here the NaHCO3 stands for sodium hydrogen carbonate and the general name is baking soda. Baking soda. Here the byproduct what we are getting, NH4Cl, is also known as ammonium chloride. Please note that points. NH4Cl is what? Ammonium chloride plus sodium hydrogen carbonate. Sodium hydrogen carbonate. So I hope you are getting this baking soda. You have heard the word baking soda. Fine, we will see the uses and so we will get to know where we are using this baking soda. So baking soda is the reaction of salt with ammonia in presence of water and carbon dioxide. In presence of water and carbon dioxide. Okay. I am repeating one last time. NaCl plus H2O plus CO2 plus NH3 will give you NH4Cl plus NaHCO3. Here the word NH4Cl stands for ammonium chloride and the word NaHCO3 stands for sodium hydrogen carbonate, also known as baking soda. Also known as baking soda. Fine. Baking soda. Where we are using baking soda? In food industries. You might have heard about making things more crispier. Fine. We like crispier things more than that of soft. So what is crispier things? Like a bakery items or anything in which making things crispy, baking soda is used. So the first use of the baking soda is food industry. Second, it is also used as a fire extinguishers. You know what is fire extinguishers? When there is a fire, we need to make the heat low, and that is also known as fire extinguishers. And the last thing is as an antacid. I told you the milk of magnesia. Okay, also known as antacid, antacids. So this was what we studied is baking soda. This was what baking soda and bleaching powder. These are the two types of salts we studied today. Tomorrow we will study about the washing powder also, and that is quite important as well as interesting. Salt, I hope you have got with the salt. The combination of anions and cations is known as salt. The common salt is NaCl, also known as sodium chloride. Fine. So for you today the homework will be, that is the importance of pH in everyday life. The importance of pH in everyday life. You need to list all these points in your rough book or a fair book. You also need to write a short note on bleaching powder and baking soda. You need to write a short note on bleaching powder and baking soda with uses and formulas also. With uses and formulas. Okay, it will be okay if you don't write the definition of salts. And please go through the chemical properties of acids. The chemical properties of acid is quite important. One more thing, the difference between acids and base is also important. Okay, so we will get lecture tomorrow. Thank you.